some of you have seen this, some of you have not, is how to handle online learning. Okay, just quickly, okay. So in learning, there are a few layers, okay. So the first, the longer the bar that I'm going to do now means the more time is required, okay. So the first bar, the length is the longest, then means you have to spend more time. The shorter the bar means less time is needed, okay. So in any topic that you learn, either face-to-face or online, the first layer is known as remember. The next layer is known as understand. And then the next layer coming up is apply. Okay. So there are two more layers. Okay. One more after you apply, you have to critique. So we have a critique layer. And then we have another layer on top. Okay. Which is design. Okay. So this course, okay, we are going to go into the assessment will assess you in remembering, understanding, and apply. Okay. Unfortunately, when it's online learning, a lot of students, okay, this is it's just a general term and it's true, forget about remembering. They say, why should I remember? Okay, why should I remember? Right? And the thing, why online you come to yourself and say, why should you remember? Because whenever I don't understand anything or can't remember, I could just Google. You are absolutely right. Okay, you're absolutely right, but you could just Google. But the problem is when you Google for information, there's a lot of things out there you don't know whether is it right or wrong. Okay, so remembering in this online learning environment is critical. You need to still train yourself to remember. Okay, after remembering the topic taught or the procedure or the steps of how to solve a problem or how to analyze, then you're able to understand. Okay, after understanding, then you can apply. I will give you an example, a biblical example. Okay, if you don't remember the 10 commandments in the Bible, okay, how are you going to understand it, right? And how are you going to apply it? Okay, very simple concept. It can be any religion. Okay, you have to remember the core teaching. Okay, so that is why remembering, okay, is critical. Okay? As I mentioned, a lot of times when it goes online, all students just switch off in terms of remembering. That's where problem is going to come when it is a face-to-face exam. Okay, some of you have not got face-to-face exam for the past 2 years now, or the past a year and a half. Okay, it's very dangerous. Right. Now, I'll talk to you regarding assessment and regarding the quizzes, how I set the quiz. Okay, so I'll let you have a look on a past year of a past term quiz. Okay, so I'll briefly. So every week, as I said, you're going to have a quiz. The quiz is worth 20%. Okay, quiz. So this is what your quiz will look like. Okay. So you were given a structure over here. Okay. And what I want, so this is a simply supported beam. Okay. And you will see something like 2.A down here. Okay. You can see 1B, 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 and you can see 8C. Okay. So the shearing stress is not to exceed 8C. What does all this mean? Okay, what does all this mean? So A, B, and C in the question denotes the last 3 digits of your student number. Okay. If any of your student number is equal to 0, replace with a 5. Okay. Therefore, when a student number is 4226266352, A, so it's the last 3 digits, right? A is 3, B is 5, C is 2. Okay. So depending on your student number, right? The length from here, the 2 point A down here, right? A is 3. So the distance is what? 2.3 meters. Okay. And then when you see the B for this particular student is 5, right? So the distance, if I can zoom in, so the distance over here, because it's you can see that this is 1B, right? So this is 15. Okay. And the shearing stress, right? The shearing stress over here is 8C. This is 82 megapascal. Okay. Can someone tell me what we're trying to do down here? Anyone? Why like this? Anyone? Christopher.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why is the test this way? Can you enlighten the class?
Absolutely. I took your course last semester. It's to prevent cheating. You can't share answers.
Yeah. Okay. I make your answer. I make sharing any information on the internet, comparing, contrasting. You can be on chat. Everyone can be on chat. Okay. You can upload a question, but everyone has to pay. So it will make it absolutely useless. Okay. That is the objective. Okay. So during your exam time or term test, Avian and myself will monitor you, but you still have your cell phone to check information, okay? But be very careful, okay? We just make it pointless to share information. So why this way? Because strength of material has one of the highest, it's one of the most difficult subject as a mechanical or manufacturing or civil engineer. This topic is not about information. It's about skill. I'm training you to analyze a structure as an engineer. Okay, so if it's a skill, you need to know. Okay, it's not like how to repair a washing machine that you could use YouTube and watch. Okay, you have to understand what is going on. Okay, you have to understand, you have to know the why. Okay, I will elaborate later if you all need more emphasis on this aspect. Okay, so this is how your term test or your quizzes. Okay, in your quizzes you'll see this already. Okay, so I'm going to close all this. Any questions so far from anyone, please? Anyone raising up their hand? No. Okay. Right. So this is the first topic that we are going to go through. Okay, so in the terms of order for this class, okay, so our lecture, so some of you might ask, the lecture we will start, our usual start is 9 a.m. okay, break will happen at 10:30 until 10:45, okay, and hopefully the class will end at 12. Okay, I have to mention this because I cannot stand my own voice, and I really admire you guys able to listen to me from 10:30 to 10. I mean, for so long. Okay. Oh, not AM. Oh, some of you say, Eugene, are we going on? Okay, PM. Right. Okay. So the first topic we are going to go through is stress and strain. Under axial loading.
Hey, sir, I have a question. Are the tests open book?
You can do whatever you want. Okay,
Okay.
you can, yeah, but you have to practice your homework. Okay, Even
Okay.
though it's open book, the book is not going to help a lot. Okay, I will
Okay,
teach you guys how to like be successful in this class. It's matter of writing summary sheet. Okay.
There's another question I have.
Yeah.
It's Avian speaking, by the way.
Yep.
So, yeah, one student asked if they're allowed to use tablets, like a digital writing surface, to complete the tests.
Yep. And the answer is yes, you're allowed. Okay. You. This is the best. Okay. If you have the tablet, hallelujah, I love it. Okay. If not, you just have to scan in your answer or take picture of your cell phone. Okay. Make sure it's clear. Okay. Thank you. Avian. So let's look at Axial loading. The key term over here is Axial loading. I want to emphasize the term Axial. So whatever I teach now, okay, it will only work under Axial loading condition only. So there is no bending or whatsoever. Okay, so if you look at the textbook, this is in chapter 2. Okay, this is in chapter 2. Okay, so let's see what do I actually mean by Axial loading. So if you have a structure, okay, and this structure is fixed onto the wall, is hanging down vertically, and if we have a transformation and when we apply right hand rule, this will be our axis, that's our y axis, and this will be the rotation about z. Okay, so this is a bar, and on this bar there will be a point in the center of the bar. Okay, and this axis that I've just drawn is known as the centroid. And sometimes if you look at different textbook, they will say the centroid is also known as the neutral axis. Okay, so for this style of structure, okay, this style of loading condition, not just structure, the load will be applied exactly in line with the centroid. Okay, so this is the load P, and P, the load is applied along the neutral axis. So under this configuration, right, and under this configuration, that's where we classified this as axial loading. Okay, we classified this as axial loading. Okay, now you guys have done axial loading before. Okay, can you remember when you do 3SD3, statics and dynamics, right? You've done axial loading. So if you were to analyze axial loading, right, what will you call the type of analysis? Anyone? Now, by the way, someone is asking, okay, will the notes be uploaded? Yeah, the answer is yes, and all the videos will be uploaded. Okay. So when you did 3SD3, right, static dynamics, you guys have done this before, okay? And you guys have done this under the topic of thrust analysis, right? Can you remember what do we mean by thrust analysis? Anyone, please? Can you remember? What do we mean by thrust analysis? Anyone? Oh, dearie me, no one can remember. Okay, so in thrust analysis, if you have a structure that look like this, okay, I'm just going to sketch a structure. Okay, so this is your structure. And your structure, okay, is fixed at this point. Right, it's fixed at this point. right? And then you look at point A, B, point C, point D, and point E, right? And if you have a load coming down P in D,